the comparison between three religions. After that, 2 years holy site with archaeology, and after 4 years I applied to the Ministry of Tourism and I got my license. So today I'm working as a tour guide in Bethlehem. I welcome you all in Bethlehem, and I want to say thank you for your visit and hope to see you once again. You come back, you bring more families and more friends, and you are most welcome anytime. Now let me give you an idea about Bethlehem. Today Bethlehem, it is under the Palestinian Authority, okay? That's why we have seen the border and the wall and all this stuff. If we go back before 93, it was we call it the West Bank area. Population in Bethlehem, we have around 165,000, but unfortunately, when we talk about the percentage, we talk about only 16% Christians and 84% Muslims. Now, why this happened? Because of the bad political situation. If we go back 20, 30, and maximum 40 years ago, we talk about Bethlehem, it was like 80 to 90% Christianity. Now, two bad things happened. From one side, we talk about the Intifada, the uprising, okay? When the Intifada started, Bethlehem, it was affected so badly. Why? Because in Bethlehem we have only one way of income, and that is tourism. We have nothing else. We don't have agriculture in Bethlehem. They don't make food, no clothes, no furniture, no drink, nothing. All what they do, local Christian families, they have a small workshop and they make the olive wood work and all these things, and they sell it for tourists, and that's how they make their living. Now, people, when they started to feel and to see the television, to watch the television, and they started to hear the news, they said, oh, it's dangerous to go to visit Bethlehem, we don't want to go there. Before the problems, we used to get around 150 buses in a day at the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem. After that, because of the problem, people, they became afraid. We became getting like 4 or 5. The maximum day, it was 10 buses, from 150 to 10 buses. Now, the other thing, we talk about the wall. There was no wall before 2000. It was more easier for everyone in Bethlehem. They can work, they can cross the border, get to Israel, they can find good job, they make their living. Now today, unfortunately, no one can cross the border. We have to go to the Israeli government, we apply for a permit. When we get the permission, we cross the border. Unfortunately, we talk about 10% of the people in Bethlehem who are able to take the permissions to work in Israel. Now the rest of the families, they have nothing. After your schools, your universities, your graduation, you start look for jobs and you have no opportunities. So people in here, you can't imagine when your child come to you and say, Dad, Mom, just give me some shekels, I want to buy some candies, and you have nothing to give them. So the only way for them, it was to move outside, looking for better future and more opportunities. We can collect some money and we can come back, you know, but when they started to compare life outside to here, they found more opportunities and they found easier life, they found good education, they found respect, peace, freedom, and all these things. They changed their mind and they said, we are not coming back. So each one in family, they have families and outside all over the world. And this is what's happened with my two brothers. My two brothers, they moved to the States. At the beginning, they thought for education. After 3 years, they called my mom. They said, it's over. We're not coming back. So today, they live in the East Coast. They live in Pennsylvania. Now, the word Bethlehem, what does it mean? It means the house of bread in Hebrew. At the same time, it means the house of meat in Arabic. And Bethlehem was mentioned in the Bible several times. The first story, we go back to the book of Genesis. Genesis 35 mentioned the death of Rachel, Rahel. Rachel, she was the wife of Jacob, and she died on the way to Ephrata. Ephrata is the southern part of Bethlehem. Today we call it Hebron. And she was buried in Bethlehem. Today, at this moment, adjacent to the wall, at the entrance of Bethlehem, we have the tomb of Rachel in Bethlehem, and this is a very sacred place, and especially for the Jews. One more story also, we talk about the story of Ruth and Boaz, the Moabite. So that field, the field of fruit, today we call it the shepherd's field. If you look at that side, by the way, that's the Bet Sahur area where the shepherd's field located. And then the very far away mountain, that's Herojon, the mountain of King Herod at the back side. Now, The shepherd's field, according to our Christian tradition, it is the place where the angel of God appeared to the shepherds, announced the birth of Jesus. So from that side, they received the good news. They moved up to Bethlehem, and they found the baby Jesus wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. The third story, we talk about the story of King David. King David was born in Hebron. It's the southern part of Bethlehem, but he was anointed as a king in Bethlehem. For that reason also, we call Bethlehem the city of David. In the New Testament, Bethlehem was mentioned in connection with the birthplace. So that's why we have the Church of the Nativity, which goes back to the year 326 AD. It was built by Helena. Helena, she was the mother of Constantine. And that's considered the birthplace where Jesus was born. Okay? Now this is street in here, we call it the Manger Street. The Manger Street, why? Because it takes to the Manger Square. Now the Manger Square, it is the very famous place in Bethlehem, because that's the place where people from all over the world, they come every year and they do celebrate the Christmas Eve on the 24th of December. So on see on television, that's the place, the Manger Square. Now most of the families in Bethlehem itself in here, they are all Christian families, but when we talk about the surrounding areas, we talk about mostly they are Muslim. On the right side, we have a Catholic church. This is St. Joseph Terra Sancta School for the girls in here. I have my daughter, she studies in this place. On the left side, the bus terminal. We have to park the bus here, and usually we go walking. But I want to ask one of the tourist policemen, we might take the bus up if somebody can't walk, okay? Okay, so